What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, so we are back here yet again with another Crunchyroll Anime Awards. So guys, we're going to be continuing here with a bit of a tradition on this channel. So if you haven't seen me do this before, basically what we do is we look at the nominations for these anime awards for Crunchyroll, and I'm going to give my predictions and give a read on the anime industry as a whole, because I think I have this modern landscape of anime sort of figured out, and I want to see how well it translates over to the winners of these awards. So we'll be giving the predictions, and then we will just go straight into looking at the winners of the awards. By the way, guys, this is just going to be kind of an off-the-cuff video. I'm not doing any notes, so if the quality or the editing on this video is shit, I apologize, but I'm trying to get this out quickly because this just happened, I think, last night. Now, I will say, I actually did get the Anime of the Year award spoiled for me, but I actually did already predict that one, and we're going to break that down once we get into it. So let's just get straight into it, shall we? I don't want to be too long-winded here because we have quite a bit of awards here. So starting off, see, these are all the categories. We probably won't cover all of them, but we'll do what we can. All right, so Anime of the Year awards. So let's get straight into it. So we have the Anime of the Year here, and basically, guys, this award to me came down to two series here, and that would be Dan and Solo Leveling. These were the two that I had narrowed it down to, and ultimately I chose Solo Leveling. Now, I was thinking it was Dan because the level of hype, the mainstream popularity that both these animes had last year were absolutely fucking insane. You had all the casuals, all the sheep, all the low IQ idiots talking about how the anime is amazing because, you know, they listen to their garbage ass reaction channels and then they parrot their talking points as they always do. And it seemed like these two right here were just on another level compared to the other animes here last year. At first, I thought maybe Dan would win because it was more recent and the reaction channels were just insane with this one. Like, every fucking reaction channel was covering this. Same with Solo Leveling here. But ultimately, guys, I decided Solo Leveling because Season 2 just came out and there was a bunch of hype around that. So it's more recent, you know, recency bias. I was thinking that, but also because of the reaction channels, right? So I look at all these anime reaction channels, guys, right? There's thousands of anime reaction channels out there, right? And they all talk about the same seasonal anime. Now, a lot of them, say you have a channel that averages like 3K views, 4K views a video for like the average seasonal anime. Now, they would do that, but if they make a Solo Leveling video, they'd get like 25,000, 30,000, 35,000, 50,000, 100,000 views, right? So that to me was like Solo Leveling, and it was similar with Dan, but I feel like Solo Leveling just had more popularity. There was more numbers there, you know, the flashy fights, the pretty colors. Dan has a lot of that too, but ultimately I think that was Solo Leveling. So my pick for that is Solo Leveling. Hope I explained it well. I feel like I'm getting a bit long-winded here, so I won't stay on that and we'll move on. Film of the Year, we're gonna skip this one because I don't watch anime movies, or at least I haven't watched any of these really. So I do watch some anime movies, but not like this new Slop, this modern Slop, right? Like, let's be real. If I had to predict one, I guess I would just say Spy Family because that's pretty popular. Maybe My Hero, but yeah, let's go with My Hero because that just ended. So that's my pick for Film of the Year. A lot of fans, the My Hero fans, are fucking retarded. So, you know, these idiots were probably chomping at the bit for this one, and they probably ate that shit up in the fucking theater. So, best continuing series, let's be real, this is going to be One Piece. I mean, guys, guys, you know how I feel about One Piece and One Piece fans. They're idiots, they're absolute morons, they're knuckle-dragging apes, these slack-jawed retards love sucking this shit off, and it's, you know, it's hilarious to me because these idiots act like they're special or they're unique or cool for like wasting over 1,000 episodes of time and watching the most boring, repetitive Marvel slop. And by Marvel, I mean, listen, you know, it's shonen, guys. It's basically just the Marvel formula. Good guy gets strong, beats the bad guy looks like he's gonna win, and then the good guy powers up. That's all One Piece is, except One Piece has been doing it since fucking what, 1999? And it's the same shit. Go to an island, beat people up. But basically, best continuing series because it's been continuing for so long, and One Piece is like the most popular anime ever, I think. So of course that's gonna get it. Now, best new series here. I'm gonna give this to Solo Leveling too for much of the same reasons that I picked it for Anime of the Year. You know, just the popularity, the fanboys are just ridiculous with that. I could see it going to like Free Run because that shot up to like #1 on Mal or something, and then maybe Dan, but we'll say Solo Leveling just because, I mean, it's incredibly popular, and I think that's a good pick. Best original anime though, out of these, the only one I watched was Ninja Kamui, but I feel like it might not be that one because that one kind of fell off. Let's just go with either Girls Band Cry Or Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. You know, let's take a shot in the dark and go with Girls Band Cry. I don't really care about that one. Best original anime. Who cares? They probably all suck. Ninja Kama, we sucked, and it fell off pretty quickly. Now, best animation. This is gonna have to be Demon Slayer. That's literally all Demon Slayer has going for it. I've been hearing this since like 2019. All the idiots care about is the animation, but that's what Demon Slayer is known for, is the animation. So I feel like this has to be Demon Slayer. It could be all these other anime with fights like Solo Leveling, Kaiju, Dan to Dan, but I think it'll be Demon Slayer. Character design, I think this one will actually go to fuck it, let's go Dan to Dan, because Kaiju number 8, I always say this, but they have like Roblox art style. It looks fucking awful, but I think Dan to Dan's probably going to take this one. Solo Leveling's not in here, so by process of elimination, let's just say Dan to Dan, okay? Best director, that's an interesting one. One Piece fan letter, what is that? Can we open that? Alright, so this just, okay, so what, it's just like a spinoff of One Piece or what? Okay, I don't care about that. Let's just say, let's go Dan to Dan just because of the pretty colors and the flashy fights and shit. You know, these idiots love the art style. They eat that shit up, so let's just say that. Yeah, I could see it going to a bunch of different ones there, but who cares? Best background art, let's also go Dan to Dan. I feel like that anime is very upfront and forward with their colors, you know, like that's really what it is, the art style. That's what people like. I don't like it, but you know, I'm basically putting myself in the mind of a casual, the mind of an idiot who has terrible taste, and I think that they would probably suck off Dan to Dan. Maybe Delicious in Dungeon, but I didn't watch that, guys, so this might win some award, but I really have no fucking clue. Best romance anime, this is gonna go to, it might be Blue Box. I didn't watch that though. Makin, it could be that. Ranma, Dangers in My Heart. I'll go Dangers in My Heart Season 2. That's what I think probably had the most success last year. Ranma, like for the videos I made, they did better than I had expected with these two. I didn't do Dangers in My Heart Season 2. I did the first season, but it seems like that one had a lot of traction this last year. So let's just pick that. I feel like this one could be wrong. I guess any of them could be wrong, really. Let's be real. Now, best comedy anime. I think that Spy Family will win this one just because that's an also insanely popular anime. I think it's more popular than these ones. I don't really know about the comedy aspect in anime. I don't watch for comedy because I'm not a low IQ idiot. You know, I watch for actually compelling plots, you know, stuff that people don't care about nowadays, but let's just go with Spy Family. Not too confident on that one, but it is what it is. Now, best action anime. This is where we got to lock in, and there's a lot of options here. I'm going to go Solo Leveling, though. I was thinking Bleach or Demon Slayer right there, but Solo Leveling, like, that's literally all the anime is known for. All these idiot-ass reaction channels saying, oh, he's aura farming, aura maxing, guys. He solos everyone, which is literally what the anime is. You just have some fucking overpowered, retarded-ass main character who beats everyone in, like, one hit. Like, that's, you know, that's what the anime is. That's its whole fucking brand, right? So, we'll say Solo Leveling. Best Isekai, though. Yeah, you guys know how I feel about this fucking slop. I'm going to go ReZero, though. I feel like it could be Mushoku Tensei, maybe reincarnated as a slime, but I think ReZero, those fanboys, it's just a ridiculous fan base. Like, everyone in that actually likes that anime is just delusional and doesn't care about quality writing at all. But they love the isekai genre, and they love that one maid girl because they're fucking retarded-ass virgins who have never actually felt the touch of a woman. So they probably will go with ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, Season 3. And, you know, there was a gap, I think, between Season 2 and 3, so a lot of people were excited for this. A lot of the garbage anime channels that I frequent, or at least, you know, look at, they covered this, so I think that'll be ReZero Season 3. Best drama anime? Oshinoko, I guess. That one's pretty no, let's just go Free Run. I feel like Oshinoko Season 2 fell off in terms of popularity. You know, it never had the quality, but it's either Free Run or Apothecary Diaries, and I'm going to pick Free Run just because incredibly popular anime, shot up to the charts on now. Best slice of life, Slop. This one I'm not too sure. It could be My Dear Friend. A lot of people were sucking that off, but I guess I'll just, yeah, I don't know. I'll go Dangers in My Heart Season 2. Okay. Best main character. Oh yeah, Solo Leveling, Sun Jin-woo. Yeah, people love that idiot, so we'll go with that. We'll lock that one in. Best supporting character. This might be Dan. Who is Psycho from Dan to Dan? I guys, you gotta understand, when I watch these anime, I watch them and then I like wipe them from my memory after I make the video. A lot of these anime I watch and make videos on, I drop them after I make the video. So I'm really not familiar with these characters. Let's go with Fern though. I think Fern might be a lock because people suck the hell out of Frieren. They suck the nut out of that urethra like relentlessly. So we'll just go with Frieren. Must protect at all cost characters. Anya Forger. I think we'll just. It could be Frieren. But let's go with Anya Forger because everyone thinks she's like so cute and wholesome and like she's got to be protected at all cost, I guess, you know, because, you know, casual mindset and all that. So let's just say Anya. It could go Frieren though, but I'm going to pick Anya. Best anime song. We're not going to do this because I'm not. Well, actually, we'll just do Dan to Dan. Yeah, we'll just do Dan to Dan because people were sucking off that intro theme, I think it was. So yeah, we'll just go with that one. And then best anime score. Dan to Dan again. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Opening sequence. What do they mean by that? Is this a song too? Yeah, we'll just do Dan to Dan here, I guess. Ending sequence, probably Dan to Dan. I don't fucking know, guys. Guys, I don't watch anime and think about like the music or like the voice acting, you know what I'm saying? And we're about to get to voice acting down here, which I just don't really care about all this stuff. Like this, if I had to pick, we'll just say whatever is solo leveling. Yeah, or no. Dan to Dan. Voice acting, we'll just give. This is probably where we start to skip it, guys. Yeah, this is probably where we cut off the prediction section because yeah, these are all just different voice actors with like different languages. So yeah, I think that does it for the predictions. So let's move on to the winners and then see what we got right. So let's start with, man, there's a lot of yeah. See, here I was thinking this video might not be that long, but you know, a bunch of fucking awards here, so can't be helped. Now, yeah, anime of the year. Solo leveling expected. Now guys, I did say that I'd seen this earlier because I was on social media late last night, or I guess early in the morning, and I'd seen this, but this is what I was thinking anyway. It was this or Dan to Dan to me, and solo leveling makes sense because, you know, the level of hype and just the absolute mainstream popularity, the reaction channels success off of that, you know, it makes sense. Look back, anime film of the year. I didn't watch that, so don't really have much to speak on that. Global Impact Award. I didn't see this over here on the nominees. Huh. Oh, well, Attack on Titan, okay. I mean, if you want, okay. Attack on Titan sucks. Best continuing anime series is Demon Slayer, though. That's a bit surprising. I thought it would be One Piece just because of the popularity, but, you know, I can see that. Just flashy fights, pretty colors, yada yada. Animation, you know, these people suck it off. Best new anime series, Solo Leveling. Yep, that checks out, like we said for the first one. Wow, that's actually kind of surprising, though. The best original anime is Ninja Kamui. I feel like that didn't have that much success last year, though. That's a little surprising, but these casuals, you know, I don't know what to do with them, guys. Now, best animation, Demon Slayer. Yep, we called that. Character design, Dan to Dan, we called that. Best director, Frieren. Okay, did we call that, or did we say? I think we said Frieren, or we said Dan to Dan. I don't remember, guys. You know, I don't know how long we've been here, but it is what it is. Now, Frieren. Okay, yeah, background art. Yeah, we got that one wrong. I thought that would be Dan to Dan. Okay. Best romance anime, Blue Box. Yeah, like I said, I hadn't seen that one, so if it was that, that's okay. Oh, Mashal. Okay, comedy anime. I guess I completely just skipped over this. I didn't watch this, though, so, you know, couldn't really predict it. Best action anime, Solo Leveling. Yep, makes sense. You know, fighting Slop. You know, battle shonens for these losers, even though I guess it's like a webtoon or something or whatever. Best isekai anime, ReZero. Hit the nail on the head with that one. Knew that. Best drama anime, Frieren. Yep, checks out. I think I said, did I say Oshinoko? I think I said Frieren, yeah. I could be wrong, guys. You can correct me in the comments if you want. Best slice of life anime, Makin. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Which I could see. It's just like, I don't know, bro. I guess, you know, these are all like toss-ups because it's like, who gives a fuck about slice of life? Like, it was this or this or this. So, it is what it is. Best main character, Sungjin, we called that. Best supporting character, Fern. Yep, we were right about that, boys. Let's fucking go. Anya, we were right about that. We're on the three-peat. Yep. Dan to Dan for the song, knew it. Solo leveling for the score. Okay, I had also picked Dan to Dan, but you know, that's whatever, that's fine. Yep, got that right. Got this wrong, but that's okay. It's, you know, it's between solo leveling and Dan to Dan. That's what it comes down to. And then voice acting, voice artist, Japanese. Okay, so Apothecary Diaries. And then, okay, so these are all just languages. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we don't need to see that. Okay, guys, so I guess that's it, you know, for the Crunchyroll Slop Awards 2025. This is what we have. You know, I feel like we did pretty good this year in terms of reading the casuals. You know, we got some wrong, but it was mostly due to not watching those or just, you know, them being toss-ups. But I feel like, you know, that's what the anime industry is now, guys. If you have flashy fights, you have pretty colors, you have fan service, then you're going to be a top anime of the season or even the year. You know, that's what we see here with Solo Leveling. So it's just a shame what this industry has come to. Longtime viewers of this channel already understand that this anime is beyond repair. It's already 6 feet under. It's in the grave. This is what it is. But we might as well have some fun with it. So to all these casuals that sucked off these anime awards these anime and gave them these awards, you people are fucking idiots. I hope you get better taste, but most likely you won't, so it is what it is. But nonetheless, I want you to know that if you like these animes, if you think they're good, you're a moron, you have terrible taste, and you need to reevaluate your thinking. You need to level up your thinking, because this shit is getting ridiculous. Like, you guys are absolutely fucking pathetic. But of course you don't care. You know, you'll go back to watching your garbage ass reaction channels. You'll go back to watching your shitty ass anime channels. You'll go back to being a sheep. You'll go back to being a follower. You'll go back to parroting these terrible channels' opinions because you lack confidence. You lack independent thinking skills. So you would rather sit here and base your thoughts on series based off of other people. It's very sad, guys, but this is what anime is nowadays. So guys, yeah, that's gonna be the Crunchyroll Slop Awards of 2025. Not really surprising at all, but nonetheless, we wanted to continue with the tradition here on this channel, and you know, that's gonna be it. So guys, yeah, let's wrap it up here. I try not to be too long-winded, but here we are almost at fucking 18 minutes in the recording. So all right, boys, feel free to give me, you know, your predictions or your reaction, I guess, to these awards and nominations, what you thought. I mean, just this modern landscape as a whole just completely fucking sucks, man. So that is what it is. Fuck the casuals, fuck the trash taste having idiots, and just fuck the anime industry nowadays, because god, this industry fucking sucks now.